What's up, YouTube? Oh man, I'm excited for this video today. I'm gonna be sharing my journey of how I went from college dropout, spinning my gears working in customer service, thinking there's nothing else for me on this planet, to just under 6 years later, making over 6 figures and now at a very senior level position at American Express. So let me start back from the beginning. Growing up, I was a very hyper kid. I had a lot of energy. I was diagnosed with ADHD. Some crazy stuff went on with that. But when it came time for me to think of a college degree, because the only courses I really excelled in were gym or drama or dance class, I was like, I'll become a dance major in college and see where that takes me. Why not? Well, lo and behold, I didn't have the discipline to really succeed in college. I scheduled classes that started after 2 p.m. I routinely missed courses. I didn't do homework. I mean, I was the typical kid that was gonna drop out of college, and I did. So when I dropped out, I just got a job. I worked at a bank, and then I became a dance instructor, and then job after job after job after job. Because I didn't have a college degree and I didn't know really what else was out there, all I could really figure out was getting a job in customer service. And I spun my gears in that industry for, 5-6 years. And I tell you what, my soul just died. I was a garbage employee. I remember at one specific job, I called in sick 15 times in 6 months. I couldn't do it. My job was to take phone calls and deal with people every day, hundreds of people that had bad experiences with our product. And it killed me, and that's what made me a horrible employee. Well, rightfully so, I got fired, and I thought to myself, I was like, man, I can't keep doing this. Like, I can't do customer service anymore. I'm good at it. Like, when I was on the job, I was good at it. But just because you're good at something doesn't mean you should do it if it's like destroying your soul. And I had been dabbling in code. I had been a consultant for designs, for web designs. I'd been building things in Photoshop, InDesign. I'd been kind of helping out with, hey, this CSS code should probably be this to maybe be this color, or this object doesn't belong there, it belongs here. And so I kind of already was like interested in the industry. It also helps that my parents were software engineers, though when I told my mom, I was like, hey mom, I really hate customer service. I want to do something different. I think code is probably what I want to do. She said, Kev, you're gonna hate it. Like, you're gonna sit at a desk all day and you're just gonna be on a computer, and knowing you should just stay in customer service and like become management. And so I did. And that's what ultimately led to me like getting fired, because I couldn't do it anymore. So what ended up happening is I said to myself, this is it. I went online, I looked around, and I found udemy.com. And there I purchased, 4-ish courses for a total of like $60. It gave me a boot camp for web development, a course to lead me through a web development, like deploying to Git, JavaScript, making some cool websites. And really what I did is I didn't work for 3 months. Like, this was an early part of the year, so I had a tax return that I was living off of, and I literally learned to code for 4 to 6 hours every single day. Like, I didn't go out and play with my friends. I didn't go do anything for entertainment wise. I was literally solitary confinement, 3 months, 4 to 6 hours a day, just needed to get this done. By doing that, changed my life. So I had an internship previously, kind of working in tech, and I worked with developers and I was able to kind of be a part of like that process. I had worked in tech support. I was also a liaison between teams to help deliver messages like, hey, this is what our troubles are with the customers we're having. This is what we think your team should do to improve that. And so finally, 3 months grinding it out, I was able to get my first official job with the title of web developer, making $45,000 as a salary. And this was huge because I had been working in customer service for so bloody long. I was able to go from $8 to $9 to $10 to $11 to $12, which was huge for me. $12 an hour, that's amazing. Eventually, my last position was $16 an hour, and that's reaching the very top of your salary of income that you can get in customer service. And now in 3 months with no college degree, I got $45K as a base salary? What? This was exciting. I was able to be an influence in a company. And typically what happens when you're starting this journey, it's kind of a rite of passage. You're going to probably start at a company that's smaller, probably a startup company, or you're gonna start in a business that just pumps out websites. They're called web dev shops. That's just the rite of passage. That's typically what your first job is going to be. And it was incredible because I got a lot of great experience. I was able to be part of the decision-making process for how websites were designed, what the graphic designer and I were able to solidify as like, hey, pass this off to me this way. This is what I need from you for these designs, right? There's a difference between desktop, mobile, and tablet designs, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, from there, I was able to get my next job as a software engineer at Sony. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sony. I doubled my salary. And this was 6 months. So the small startup was kind of bleeding funds. I ended up getting let go because I was expensive, right? $45K for a company that's only like 8 people big. That's a price tag. Well, then I got a job at Sony for $82K, almost double my salary. I worked there on a contract basis. And after that, I decided to move out of Wisconsin to Arizona. I went through a whole slew of interviews. I can make a story on that later about working smarter, not harder, on getting interviews and not putting in applications. I managed to get a job at Ping, the golf company, as a contract to hire at $100,000 a year. This was big. I broke 6 figures. This was huge. I worked at Ping. They did offer me a full-time position, but I decided not to take it because it came with a pay cut. They had great perks, like if you're a golfer. I suck at golf, so I decided, no, I don't want the pay cut. So I got my next position as a full-stack software engineer, which means that I'm building things on a visual side for what you see in the browser, but then I'm also building the backend, what communicates. Like when you click this button and you send your data off, I'm building what happens with that data. Now I am at $130,000 a year. This threw my family through a tizzy because my mom has been working in the industry for 25, 30 years. She ended up really kind of getting pigeonholed into project management. At this point, I out-earned my mom in salary. And that really opened up our whole family dynamic to, oh, this is huge. So I worked at this company now for a while. I'm not gonna disclose the name. COVID times, 2020, right? Laid off. Oh well, it happens. I got my now current position as an architect at American Express. And that's a big deal, an architect position at one of the largest credit card companies in the world. And I've been able to do this all in under 6 years. So this is why I'm making my channel. This is why I'm creating Coding with Kevin, because I want to give back. I want to tell you guys that if you're struggling, if you don't have a college degree, if you need money, this is a viable route. This is a way that, maybe you can't drop out and spend 3 months without a job, right? Maybe that's not possible. But that's why my videos are 10 to 15 minutes long. Because if you can just carve that amount of time out, maybe if you can daily or once a week, it's possible you can become a web developer. You can change your family's financial history. And now I'm not going with the movement learn to code, right? I'm not saying other professions aren't valid. If you work doing what you love, awesome. For me, I wasn't. I was struggling. I was a college dropout and I just needed something better. Because more money, I've been broke. I've made a salary of $24,000 a year, and after bills, for an entire year after bills, I had $6,000 for an entire year. That is not a way to live. So this was my best decision I've made. I now have been able to, I rent a house right now. I rent a house, which is pretty cool as a single guy. I actually just bought a house. It's a $400,000 house. My monthly payment is $2,200 a month, and that's actually a very comfortable payment for me. So I'm very passionate about becoming a developer if you need to change your life. Couple questions people ask. Is it hard? Yeah. Anything worthwhile is not easy. You don't have to be smart though. That's the beautiful part is intelligence isn't a thing to learn code. Yeah, maybe you need to know math and you need to maybe have a little bit of logical skills, but if you learned how to count, if you learned how to add, if you've learned how to do something on a point of sale system, on a register, or blah, 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 it's just like that. All you gotta do is just learn this as well and do it consistently, and you'll be able to accomplish some things. And what's really exciting for me, what I really like about it, is on a daily basis, I am creating something. I type this line of code and it's instant. It's instantly appearing on my computer as a change. And that's so fascinating for me. And then the other part is when I am working with JavaScript or I am working on the backside, what happens with your data, I'm solving puzzles. And to me, it's a fun thing. Okay, so I could do this. Is that a good way to do it? Maybe I'll try this. Oh, I got an error there. Let me try and fix that, right? But that's something you learn along the way. And ultimately, guys, that's what this channel is about. I want to give back to you questions you have. I want to be able to create bite-sized courses that you can come home from work. You've got maybe a little bit of energy, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, that's it. Oh, sweet, now you're able to learn something new and maybe it sparks that excitement in you again to keep going. That's what this channel is all about. So I hope this helps, guys. As you can tell, I'm excited about this. It has changed my life completely. I have been broke. I have made 6 figures in income. I 100% will choose the 6 figures every single time. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it helps eliminate a heck of a lot of problems, guys. So again, as always, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button down below. If you have questions, if you want to learn something, let me know in the comments. I'm super excited in making these videos. Right now we're on the CSS journey at the time of filming, but I'm sure this channel is gonna blow up and take us all on a lot of journeys. With that, guys, I'm over, I'm out. I hope you all are staying safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on Coding with Kevin.